Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out two different models or variants of the same model here from Oknife. It's called the Duron. And this one's looking pretty interesting. We got the OAL or aluminum handle on this one with Nitro-V steel. It's looking pretty good. Looks like we have a blue and a black here. And doing the honors today, I got this thing which has not left the pocket. This insane beast right here is the Tristate EDC Tristache V2, and man, oh man, this thing is an absolute beast, right? Really been having a great time with this one, just carrying it non-stop. Savage Wharncliffe blade right there, just the sauce. This thing is dropping here very soon. I'll have the links below, and also the unboxing overview video so you guys can check it out and learn more. But yeah, this is definitely one that you do not want to miss out on, the Tristache V2. But again, links for all these knives and products in the description and pinned comments if you guys want to learn more, check prices, availability, and variants. But without further ado, let's get in here. Let's see what this one is all about. All right, here's the unboxing experience for you. Take the little sleeve off, and we have, boom, this part. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. And we got this part right here. We got the user manual. Very interesting unboxing. You can peel here. What does this pull for? Pull this way, pull this way. Not exactly sure. We got an arrow right there, so I don't know. It's supposed to do something. I'm sure. Anyways, right, this is all your paperwork. You got a wiping cloth on here, right? User manual, right? The usual stuff. Then we got the pouch right here. This is a very interesting zipper pouch. It even has this little Velcro part right here. That's pretty unique. So then we got a little word here from the Oknife team. Take a look at that. But let's go ahead and take a look here, shall we? Let's find out what the Duron is all about. We got the knife, and ooh, we got a, looks like we have a coin here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Even Velcro on this little side pocket right here. That's interesting and nice. Got this little elastic band as well. But that's a nice little coin right here, not gonna lie. Let's see. It looks like it's kind of got this copper look to it. And you got the snake right there with the knife. Duron Oknife Folding Pocket Knife. Dedicated coin. That's pretty neat. Not gonna lie, it's got some weight to it. It's actually looking pretty nice, and kind of spicing up my coin collection here, which is actually growing little by little as we speak. So that's a nice little touch. Did not expect that at all. Well, all right. What do we have going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh man, it's this thing. I mean, yeah, they do such a great job with their aluminum. It's absolutely crazy. We checked out one other model from them here recently. We'll check this guy out during some size comparisons as well. But yeah, this one's pretty nice. Was my first time checking out their AION.
Welcome, you've got mail.
Their OAL aluminum. But we'll come back to that one in a moment. Right now, let's give this thing the attention it deserves. So, zooming in here quite a bit, we got this micro milling going on there. That's nice. Got a nice little, fine, flat, polished portion, if you would, or flat portion. It's a little bit rounded, though. And then you got this micro mill portion. Now, this got a little bit of a made with OAL, which is a little bit much, right? A little bit too billboardy, if you would. Would have been nice if it didn't have that. I mean, at least if you can reverse the pocket clip, which you absolutely can. It is deep carry, right? You can reverse it and cover that, but that's a little bit much, right? Just the fact you're already telling me in the box, right? It's already enough for me. I don't necessarily need to look at that every day. That's just a little bit of feedback here. Again, not a deal breaker or anything. It doesn't take away from the nice functionality in any way, shape, or form, but just aesthetics. We got a lanyard solution back here for my lanyard people, right? Got a nice little pin hidden back there. Just nice to see. Love how these two portions right here meet together. Clamshell construction. So no back spacer on this one, right? The two pieces of aluminum actually meet there. And I want to say there is, I don't see a liner, right? It is going to be a frame lock, but I don't see necessarily a liner inside. So it's just milled aluminum. And we got thumb stud deployment. It is a very elegant piece of knife right here. Piece of cutting apparatus, if you know what I mean. But without further ado, here we go. Bam. All right. We're looking at a beautiful drop point blade, ladies and gentlemen. All right, take a look here. We got a big old number right there. Like maybe it's a model number, P717, yada, yada, yada. But that's the Duron model. And again, Nitro-V steel, which is, love to see it. Love me some good Nitro-V steel. Always comes pretty hair shaving, sharp out of the box. And think of Nitro-V like a step above D2, step above 14C28N. So love to see that. Almost pretty much a full flat grind on this one. Beautiful switch there on this drop point blade. And it's got the black here to match the pocket clip. All the hardware is blacked out as well. And it is again, what we have here, frame lock. So, okay, nice and easy to disengage. We do have good access here from the show side to be able to get at the lock bar. There's an aluminum, lock bar here. It's interesting. There's your steel insert for steel on steel contact. Everything else is aluminum on the handle. So that actually feels pretty lightweight. Checking the lockup right there, you guys be the judge. Barely, not that much at all. So barely what? Let's say maybe if I open it completely, yeah, it's like barely touching right there, right? So it's got a lot of life there left to go. Guys, take a look there. Let me know. You'll be the judge. And while we're here, let's check out that milling from the inside. Obviously, we got plenty of weight reduction, right? It's going to be a pretty lightweight knife. Checking out the action here. Let's see, right? Bam. Thumb deployment is good with that thumb stud. All right, that feels good. Reverse flick. We'll do the meat of the middle finger first. Okay, that works pretty good. Thumb deployment works good. I want to say, come on now. Okay, so a little bit of a strong detent situation going on here. All right, check that out in action. Okay, and this one's going to come pretty oiled there in the pivot from the factory. But yeah, thumb deployment feels a little bit better than reverse flick. I'm trying to get to it here with the nail. It's a little bit, quite the strength you got to give it in order to get that reverse flick. So I'm just going to stick with the thumb stud deployment here. That detent is a little bit on the stiff side, right? Kind of quite strong there, to say the least. And again, I'm not sure if it's just me or the fact that kind of will like that steel insert to be a little bit more in, right? Kind of looks like maybe it's grabbing just a tad bit, if anything, from the left side there. I don't know. I'll definitely keep an eye on that, if anything. But as far as action, right? Check this out. A little bit of a shake shutter there. Obviously, it's going to break in nicely. Now, the box doesn't say anything about any fancy coating or anything on the blade, so I'm assuming it's just good old black coat on this Nitro-V. Yeah, so far so good, right? Very straightforward liner lock here. Very straightforward frame lock here, right? Beautiful drop point blade. Nice grade ergos here on the handle. Love to see that. Very lightweight. We'll say the pocket clip. We already said it's deep carry and reversible. It's also pretty comfortable. I'm going to give it a good 9 out of 10 there, right? So that also feels good. Or you can also forward choke here a tad bit if you wanted to. A little bit of jimping on the blade there as well. Not too extended, which would have been nice, but at least enough to be functional there. So whether you do the hammer grip back here or you forward choke a little bit, right, you should be good either way. So we got this model there. Let's check out the other one here. Should be again the same model, just in black. Also got a coin on this one, and pretty much the same unboxing experience as the blue model there. All right, here we are, guys. And here I am thinking it's actually a blacked out model, but there's a hint of green here. Box says pictures for reference only, actual product color may vary, and I can see that because I'm not sure if you guys can see it, if it's coming to the camera or not. There's like a very dark green, right? So much so, almost looks borderline black, but you can see the hint of green in there. Is it just me? Am I seeing things? Is it just black and maybe I'm just thinking it is? Again, it's just one of the darkest greens I've ever seen. You could mistake it for black, and not notice unless you really take a closer look. That is a very interesting dark green, to say the least. So pretty much everything same on this one as on this previous model. So let's go ahead and deploy. Bam, there we go. All right. That thumb stud deployment again feels pretty good. Checking the reverse flick. Okay, feels like the detent on this one might be a tad bit, I want to say, perhaps, dare I say, less stiff. I mean, I'm noticing a bit of a difference here. This one feels a little bit not as stiff, a little bit more compliant, not as stiff as that guy, we just looked at. So, I mean, which one's going to be nicer on the reverse flick here? I'm going to go with this guy. So far, it's not hurting my middle finger as much. So, yeah, we always got some action, right? Obviously, I'm over here nitpicking quite a bit, but giving it a good wipe here, right? Check out, again, that drop point blade looking so good. Got the same P number on there. I wonder if it's a different number. Yeah, probably something to do with series, right? Like maybe a serial number, right? We got 055 on this one, 094 on this other one. So I wonder what that's all about. Or maybe a pattern, but wouldn't it be the same pattern if that's the case? I'm not sure. Is it necessarily needed to have all that billboarding? Yeah, probably not. Oknife, you could probably do away with that. If you're watching this video, it's about the only feedback that I have. And then the other thing is, let's check the lockup here on the lock bar. Again, this one has a steel insert for steel and steel contact. Again, you guys be the judge there. Doesn't seem like there is all that much. Let me get my light out here. All right, here we go. Taking a look there. Checking for engagement. And again, it's just barely engaging at what, 5%? If anything, I'm not sure if we can even say 10%. on there, right? You guys be the judge. So kind of would like the lock bar to go in a little bit more, but you know, with time it's only gonna break in nicely. So that's a good thing. If you already start with a knife that's at 50%, the more you open and close it, obviously the closer you're gonna go to, you know, making it getting it at 100%, aka all the way to the right. So I think we should probably do, there we go, I know exactly what we're going to do here. Of course, I think you guys have probably missed this guy. It is the Subscribe Stick of Truth, and we're going to do a couple of whack tests on this guy, starting with the blue one. I'm just going to open it like I normally would. There we go. And then just going to check to see what the deal is here. Okay, that's actually some pretty solid wax right there. What I'm not going to do is take 3 steps back and then just whack it full force, because what the heck is the point, right? That really don't need to overdo it that much. And then checking out this other model here, same deal. Gonna close it, open it like I normally would, and then checking here, keeping my hands free here just in case. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, truth is, right, we are good to go there, right? No issues of the frame lock failing at any point, so that's a good sign. That's definitely a good sign. And do make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. This will be a great time to do so, especially if you like checking out videos like this on a daily basis. And you're not subscribed, you know, might as well. It is free and it will be greatly appreciated. But of course, let's go ahead and do a quick size comparison here, rapid fire. Again, loving the profile on this one. Very nice and elegant drop point blade with a very elegant handle. The aluminum looks really, really good. Check out the AION right here. This one is an old staple design with a very nice OAL.
You've got mail.
Aluminum as well, but a very clean design. It even hides the pivot as well, looking pretty nice and narrow, almost borderline CEO style folder right there. It is a liner lock. It's also a very elegant piece from Oknife. Here is that Tristache V2, which we opened, right? We used at the beginning of the video for cutting through the boxes. Check those out. I think the Tristache here is a little bit longer, but all very closely comparable for sure. And here are the usuals in the channel. We got the MSI right there. We got the Stitch. These are rocking Lex custom scales in titanium, nice and milled, fit like a glove, and completely transform the knife. All linked down below. And I also have install videos if you guys want to see, right, kind of what these look like before and how that whole install process looked like. Got the PM2 and the Para 3. I'm also in the process of looking for nice milled titanium aftermarket scales for these two. So if you got a recommendation, please let me know down below. Who do you recommend? What brand makes the best milled titanium scales for the PM2 and Para 3? You all let me know. And of course, last but not least here, two of my all-time favorites. We got the Demko AD 20.5. We got the Kunwu Chad. The AD 20.5 is a little bit shorter. The Chad is a little bit longer. Hopefully that gives you more or less a ballpark idea right there where these land size-wise. But without further ado, right, let's go ahead and see what these two are capable of. We got some paper, we got some cardboard. Checking the nail test right here. Looks pretty good. So if you're ready, I'm ready. There we go. Okay, Nitro-V putting in some work. Bam, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Yep, that one to the paper there, no issue. I mean, just testing for consistency at this point. Oh man, come on now. All right. Both feel pretty much about the same there, if anything. Going back to the model here, the dark green, almost black. Cutting some thin cardboard. All right, single wall piece of cardboard. It's just what I have handy at the moment right now. Cutting diagonally here for better performance. It's going to look something like this. Oh, wow. Piece of cake. Yep. Can do this all day. And bam, right? Pretty quick. Switching over to this guy. Now, this other piece of cardboard does have a section back here that turns into a dual wall piece of cardboard. So I'm going left to right, and it should maybe encounter a little bit of a challenge here towards the end, but we'll see how it does. Here we go. Yeah, you can see the cut slows down a bit just because now you're cutting more material, but either way, it's not gonna get hung up on that in any way, shape, or form. So all right, there you have it, guys. These actually are cutting pretty good. You guys rate these in the comments. Now, once you're done cutting with them, you give them a nice little wipe right here. Let's see if we have any leftover marks. The answer is no, right? Not right off the bat here. But obviously with time you may. But that's a pretty nice, good looking black coat on these. I'm curious to see if it's anything fancy like PVD or anything like that. But the box doesn't say anything. If it was anything fancy, obviously I'm sure it will say it right on the packaging. Future me double check. And again, guys, rate these in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. 10 being the sharpest. You all let me know. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. These are the Duron models from Oknife. Again, very nice and elegant. I gotta tell you, they have a great way of doing aluminum. It kind of feels way different than the other aluminum I see from other brands. And I know it's their own specific sauce of aluminum. That's why they call it OAL.
You've got
Aluminum, like Oknife aluminum, right? OAL. You know, it just feels nice. It feels high quality. It feels high end, right? They gave you the pocket clip here, deep carry, reversible, beautiful drop point blade, right? Good action, looking good with the micro milling and just the non-mill side as well. And again, the only gripe that I have, and we already addressed the whole, engagement of the lock bar with the whack test. Just a little bit of billboarding right there, which I think is unnecessary. You already have Oknife here on the pocket clip, so that's a little bit much in my opinion, but again, not taking away from the nice functionality. Any way, shape, or form, it is a gorgeous, beautiful design through and through. And yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you guys like about it? What do you all love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Of course, these knives, just like every other knife you saw in this video, will be linked down below, so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. I'm going to put a video here to the left for the Tristache V2 and a video to the right for that AION model as well, so you can check either one out next. And I will be giving one of these two away in the giveaway coming up here for, so originally going to be 30,000 subscribers, but by the time I put it together, we're already at 35,000 subscribers. So it's happening here this month. Make sure you're subscribed. The video with the details will be dropping soon. You definitely don't want to miss out on that, guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.